Hello, my crafty friends. Today, we are going to make a swag. I haven't made one in a while. I felt like it was time. So we're going to make a patriotic swag. I don't know everything that's going on it yet, just the mesh, but I'll figure that out as we go. So what I have here is a paint stick from Home Depot. As you can see, Home Depot. I'm going to put that side facing inward so that the client can't see, so it'll look nice and clean on the back. I have 2 pipe cleaners down here at this end. Oh, how many inches? About 3. No, that one's I come in about 4 inches on the tapered end here. And then I usually put them about 3 inches apart. Oh, I lied. That's 4 inches. This one will be at 3 inches, and then this one will be probably at 4 inches again. So 4 inches in, 3 inches between here, 4 inches between here, 4 inches between here, 3 inches between here is how that should go. We'll find out. I actually think this one needs to move down a little bit. Sometimes you get them on there so tight that they're not going to move, and that's the case here. So let's just see what happens when I do it like this. Do I have room? So this one I'm gonna twist in the center, right like that. Just give it a couple of twists. These ones, yep, yeah, that'll work, okay. These ones here are gonna go out here on the edges. Not all the way out on the edge, just about right there. So like over to the very edge, but not off of the edge. And then we're just gonna put this one right in front. Can't seem to line them up to save my life here. All right, so there we have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I do believe that they're spaced evenly amongst themselves. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. I know some people put hot glue. Mine, I've never had an issue. I tie mine very tightly. I've never had them come loose or come off. But if you want to do that, you can do that. I have red and I have blue. We're going to be using both. I think I'm going to put the red on the top and start with the blue. So all we're going to do is we're going to make our curls. We're going to roll that in 3 times. Snip off this little piece of foil sticking out and grab one of my clippies. And then we're going to do the same on the other end. I cut this mesh at probably 25, 26 inches, I believe. My mat only goes to 25, and I pulled it out over about 3 or 4 inches, I think. Now, I'm gonna put this in here. I started doing this, making my bundles and then putting them on. The only problem is I'm not sure that that would work on this one. I think I'll have to do them separately, but at least I can make sure it's even. Yeah, I'm thinking I probably wouldn't be able to do that with this one. So these ones we're going to put on going the long way. Okay. one on the other side there. I think we're gonna put you somewhere else. Sorry, I have a very small area to work with here. It makes it a little more difficult than I would like. It's just a 3 or 4 foot card table with a Lazy Susan that has all my supplies and a bunch of extra crap just laying here. I like to make sure that my curls look good. Everything's even. I don't have to pull anything one way or the other. I usually do. All right, and this one is going to go on this side in the same way. Grab the right pipe cleaner here. Okay, stand those pipe cleaners up so we can find them. Look how pretty that looks already. I'll tell you, I think cruffles are a lot easier when you're at the end of the roll, at least to get your curls. This part, not so much, but that's okay. We'll work around it. Again, I'm just doing this because I always have one side that's longer or shorter than the other. And it's a little harder to pull it once it's in the pipe cleaner. That's it, tie. Now this one we're gonna put in going this way. The other two we put in going this way. This one we're gonna put in going that way. If I can get them out of my way here. Okay. Let's grab another blue. Let's make our curls. I roll 3 times, clip it, and do the other side. Roll it in 3 times. Push down with my thumbs and walk my fingers to the other end, keeping it straight as I can. This is probably an extra step that's usually not needed, but I like to get my cruffles looking all nice. And it just takes a few seconds. Okay, now we're back to the middle where there's 2, one on the outside, one on the outside. And we're gonna go vertical with these again. If you're using the same kind of mesh, be prepared for like snagging. The ends, this material that's there likes to get caught on its own material. Okay, that looks pretty good. One thing I do wanted to point out here is when you do take it out or you're done cruffling it, we're gonna put it in this way, instead of this way where the curls are coming, because you don't see the stars. So we flip them out, we're gonna flip it over and put it in that way. Okay. It's gonna get really, really full. One, two, three. Okay. Remember our next one, our single one, is going to go in long ways. I always hold on to both ends of my mesh so I don't lose anything in the time that I'm tying it. Just want to fluff it out, open it up. Looking kind of neat so far, huh? We still have a whole nother layer of mesh to do yet. This is gonna be fun. Or it's gonna look like crap, one or the other. I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna find out together. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. That one looks pretty good. Got 2 more with the blue, 1 more after this. Sorry. I know this is going to be off camera here, but I can't fit it. Oh, I did that wrong. My bad. Put it in horizontal. Told you, it's been a while since I've done a swag. My brain has to remember what's right, what's left, what's up, what's down. It's the ADHD crafter in me, man. I think everybody has a little ADHD in them, to be honest, but don't take it personal or take offense to that comment. One, 2, 3. Oh well, we didn't want you anyway. I don't know how I always do that, a little bit crooked. Okay, last one for the blue. Find my pipe cleaner here. Okay, there we have our blue with red and white stars. Now we're just going to go back over it and do the same thing we just did. 2, 3, but with the red and the blue and white stars. Gonna be a lot of red, white, and blue in this swag, that's for sure. That looks pretty straight to me. And you can start at whichever end you want to start at. I'm just going to undo this zip tie a little bit and put this right down over top. Oh my goodness. I can't get the zip tie to or there we go. Whew. Kept slipping out of my finger. To see if that's any better. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. That looks pretty good. Left it on the ground. All right. Let's go back in here. Loosen this up a couple times. And put our red down right in on top. You want to try to push it down in there as hard as as much as you can, so that you have enough pipe cleaner sticking out in case we put ribbon on this too. I'm not sure if we're going to do bows, tails. I have a center in mind that a sign that I'm thinking about adding. We'll have to see how that works. One, two, 3. And walk your fingers to the other side using your pinkies and ring fingers to keep the outer mesh outside. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we're on that single one that we're going to place it in going this way. Just gonna kind of fluff it, and which we'll come back and do at the end, obviously, too. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me try that again. There we go. That looks better. One, 2, 3. Walk to the other side. To the dark side of the moon. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood this morning. Went to a Clutch concert last night. Loved it. It was down in West Virginia. It was outside. We were in a nice little reserved box, and everybody was getting rained on except for us and then the other people that were under the awning. It just rained and rained. It sucked though because we didn't get an encore because of that. Okay, I'll end up doing the other side of that there. Looks pretty good. Okay, I got 3 more to go. that's sticking out over there. Two, three. There we go. Looks better. All right. To the other side. 1, 2, 3. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. All right, now we have our single one. Two more. Got a little too big. Hold that a second. Okay, last one. So what did everybody do this weekend? I know this isn't a live, but if you watch, you're welcome to comment. Just have some conversation, some small talk. Tell me what kind of wreaths you like making the most. Or if you just love to watch the process, what's your favorite style to watch? Do you like lots of explaining? Do you like watching and learning? I like to watch. I learn from watching. All right. Let's flip this baby around. Oh, hold that for a second. Ah. Pushing away from me. Nice and snug, like a bug in a rug. Okay. Look how nice and full that is. That is so pretty. All right, I am going to pause and go find the sign I want to put on and decide if I want some ribbons. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna go with this tall hat. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. It has a couple holes up here at the top. I'll use wire for that. But down here at the bottom, I don't have anything I can poke holes with in the wood right now, so I'm using that automotive tape and a cable tie for down here. Oh, and I'm hoping that'll stick to the wood like it would the metal. I might actually put some hot glue over top of that. Let me plug that in real quick. Just take a second. Okay. That is plugged in. Up. All right, I have 3 blue pipe cleaners left, so I thought instead of using the wire, maybe I would just use these. I don't think you're really going to be able to tell. Okay, just waiting on the glue gun to warm up here. And then I have, ow! I have this USA Gnome ribbon that I've really been wanting to use. So everything else I have is stars and stripes, and we already have stars and stripes all through the mesh. So I wanted something that stands out. Plus I have this firework ribbon that I really, really, really like. So we're gonna put these two together to make our tails. And I haven't decided what other colors I'm gonna throw in to make the bow. Maybe I'll just use these two, I'm not sure. But let's finish the sign here. Okay, set that away on the side to dry. Grab our measure buddy. See how long. Ah! how long we want these tails to be at the bottom even. Looks like 24. Okay. Yeah, let's pull that out to 12. That's one tail. That's two tails. Let's stop there for a second and get our bottom tail together first. One tail, two tails. All right, now, this is how I do my dovetails. I don't cut it first, but I do start and cut this way. I know a lot of people cut this way, and that's fine. But the strongest part of your scissors is back here, and this is the toughest part to cut. So that's why I cut that way, because it makes it a little bit easier. And you see I didn't cut the fold when I do my zip tie, or my zip ties, my dovetails, the folds disappear. It's just a lot easier, a lot faster, and usually turns out quite well. Just gonna line them up a little better. Fold it in half. And there we go. 4 dovetail ends. That's okay. We're not going to have them really long. So this is perfect. I'm just debating if I want to everything likes to stick to everything around here. All right, so technically, I think this I make my top just because it has that, and then I can tie the hanger in over here. So I'm going to put these at the bottom. And we're gonna start here. Get underneath there and push that up to fluff it. Okay, let's try that on the other side. I usually just eyeball, but I'm pretty good at doing that. Feel free to fold your ribbon in half first to make sure that you have it in the center. Okay. What do we think? Is it hitting the spot, bringing some white, red, and blue into the mix? All right. Let's see what we want to do. We're going to put these on the sides, on the two sides too. These ones I'm just going to center. See, fold that in half. I got it in the center. Just get under that ribbon with your fingers and push it up at on the inside. That way you get it. Sorry, I hope I'm not completely off camera here. I might separate those later, I'm not sure. Our sign is going to go right here in the center. So we're going to go ahead and tighten these up here a little bit. Twist them a couple of times. Because our sign is going to cover this area here. And just push that down. And the same thing with these two guys up here, because up here's where our bow is going to go. And we're not going to need these. Making sure it's tight and twist it a good few times to hold it. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and take these off, this one off here in the middle too. We don't need it either. Whoops. I went the wrong direction. Make sure that one's really good and tight. Don't want that coming off again. Okay, and I'm gonna leave these pipe cleaners on for right now because I may add something more to this. So we're gonna leave those, but we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put the sign on. Now, I am terrible at trying to feed these through mesh, period, but to try to feed it through this with all this stuff in there, yeah. I am going to use my little plastic needle. I love this thing. I would not be able to attach these things if anything were any different. I think right there's good. I'm gonna do that to hold it. And we're just gonna do this to hold it for right now. Because we got one more to go. Actually, we're going to do this one side at a time here. I may put a half bow down there too. Okay. So far, so good. See how I want to have this mesh poking out, if at all. Okay, let's get these ones secured better. Tuck those underneath. Okay. What do we think so far? Boy, it's been a while since I've done these. All right, now, I think I need something else in the bow. Hang on, let me go look at my ribbon, hold on. Okay, found some other ribbon. This, I think that'll work. I know it's a lot of white, but everything else is so red and blue. So, we're gonna go ahead put our zip tie down in there. I think I'm gonna start with a 10-inch tail. And because the Bow Dabra doesn't give you weight of measuring, I line this center of this at my 6, and I make 6-inch loops. That's too big. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. That's 2 now on each side. I'm gonna do 1 more on each side here. All right, there's that all fanned out and pretty. We're gonna make these about 5 inches. And we're gonna try to do 2 on each side of this. Yay, I had enough. Don't have a whole lot left, but that's all right. Let's get these closed up before I And now the very pretty little gnome. And we're going to do 2 of these too. Okay, feed a white pipe cleaner down through here because I ran out of blue. That's all right. Make sure everything is lined up right. Pull that nice and snug. Let's put that away before I lose it. All right, now let's play with our bow. All right, let's trim some of these tails. We're gonna leave these guys long for now. And we'll shorten these guys up since they're at the top. Maybe a little more. That's a lot of waste. Susan, don't waste so much ribbon. Okay, I think that's a very pretty bow. What do you guys think? So now, I'm gonna get out our little plastic needle. No, hold on. I want to go around it, so I'm going to do it separate again. I'm just gonna stick that under there to hold it while I do the other side. What is going on with my bow? Here. All right, now let's fluff this baby back up. something's not laying right here with this bow. Maybe we just need to trim them up a little bit more. Because something does not look right. All right, there's the bow. There's the sign. There's all the ribbon tails. And I think I want to try to put one more set in here a little bit longer. Just one more. So we're going to take this out to 14. Ah, screw it. Sorry. I was going to trim the edge and make it straight, but I decided against it because I'm just going to dovetail it anyway. Anybody else clean as you go? Or is that just me? All right, let's see here. No, I've never done it this way. There it is. All right, last item. Well, you know what, real quick, let's get these I've been doing too many things with zip ties lately. I can't say pipe cleaners. And I still have the ones on the side to do. All right, I'm not trying to make this difficult, but I want to straddle the paint stick, so I have to do this one at a time, and I keep forgetting to do it that way. Just tuck it. Whoa. All right, I think, sorry, I know I got pretty quiet there. I think I might have some of those glitter stars that are red, white, and blue somewhere. I'm gonna have to go look for them. So we'll probably just call this the finished project for today. And last zip tie, or pipe cleaner. Good Lord. I just can't say it right today. All right, here we have the so-called finished project, except you may end up finding a star, glitter star right in there if I find some. Otherwise, there it is. What do y'all think? And I just need to trim this down. Same with this one. All right, now the last thing is to put a hanger on. Just gonna feed that back down through. Okay, and there's your hanger. And if you guys really want to, you can cut out a piece of mesh or felt that would line the back of this and cover it up. I'm not going to, but I think what we have here is pretty good. Now that I've flattened my bow. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. I would love to hold this up straight up and down for you, but I can't. All right, I hope you guys join me next time. Who knows what we'll make? It's an ADHD crafter's prerogative to decide last minute what I want to make. If you guys made it all the way to the end, please leave me your favorite emoji so that I know. And I'll see you guys all next time. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.